Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Mr. Almighty Lewis back at you with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about why you should do more than what you learn. Alright, so if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification icon somewhere down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, do more than what you learn. So I previously made a video on how to study properly. You could find it here or here. I'm not exactly sure where the card is going to appear, but you can go ahead and click that and watch that later after you finish watching this video, of course. But what I said in that video is that, there's different ways of studying. There's different ways of learning. And the thing is that in this video, I want to be talking about why you shouldn't over learn. You shouldn't over study. You shouldn't study more than what you implement and apply. You see, because I've been there. I've been the type of person that, you learn about this one thing, about this particular skill. Maybe you hear about this industry, you've never heard about it before, and then you start to look into it a little bit, and then it piques your interest, and then after that, then you start like, diving deep into it, and then you just start studying the hell out of it, and you start reading books and books and looking at courses and looking at videos on YouTube, and you just get so immersed into that industry, into that craft, into whatever it is that you want to immerse yourself in, and then it's like nothing's happening. And the thing is that at that point, like I said in that video, you're only studying for entertainment purposes, meaning you're just filling up your mind with nonsense, pretty much, because you're not applying any of it. And this at this point, this is no different than you going on Netflix and watching a show. You might as well have gone and watched a fucking show on Netflix at this point, actually, because at least that show is actual entertainment. It's real entertainment, as opposed to you going over here and studying something and treating it as entertainment. So don't treat it as entertainment, okay? If you feel like you've got some sort of interest with this particular industry, with this craft, with this journey, make sure that when you are learning about it, you don't learn about it way too much. Don't get ahead of yourself. So if you're just a beginner, make sure that you're only studying beginner stuff and that you study it with moderation. Because just like anything else, once you start to overstudy, anytime you do anything over the limit, really, like, everything that you consume has its limits, and once you like pass that limit, it's already like it starts to backfire. Even like things like water and stuff like that. Once you start over drinking more water than your body actually needs, then it starts causing problems in your body instead of actually doing good. So same thing with this. You don't want to overstudy. You want to study to the limit, really. And at the beginning, you shouldn't be studying that much because you don't know too much. You haven't done enough action. So here's the thing: like your action should be aligned with the time that you're learning. So there should be like a balance between how much you're learning and how much action you're taking. If you're learning way too much and you're taking very little action, that's not good. However, it is actually a little bit convenient to actually do more action than to do and do less studying, learning, because at that point, you're still taking action. And the thing is that when you take action, sometimes you do end up figuring things out on your own. So there is that chance that you might figure things out just by taking a lot of action and not studying enough. But the thing is that a lot of people are not aware of that this is going on. And that's why I want to make this video, because there's a lot of people who are not aware of the fact that they're doing this. Like, you get into, whatever industry that you want to get into, and you start to look into it, you start studying stuff, and then you go out there and you feel like you're a master. You feel like you know everything, like you know this, you know that, you know this. And the thing is that you don't know any of it. You're just talking. It's just talking. And talking is easy. Anybody can talk. But the real test is really when you're actually out there taking action. You see, I had all this information inside of me. Everything that has to do with personal development, this is really what happened to me. When I found personal development, I was studying the hell out of it. I was like watching videos day and night, and everywhere I could. Audiobooks, videos, courses, books, everything. I was just studying personal development consistently until I got to a point where I was like, nothing's changing. I'm not getting any better. And the reason why I wasn't getting any better was because I wasn't taking any action. I wasn't applying any of it. I was just studying, and the studying itself was tricking my mind into thinking that, hey, you know what? You were productive today. You did some good stuff, man. You finished that book. You finished that course. You saw that video. You learned this one new thing. And the thing is that none of it matters if you're not applying it. And really, this should be like the point of it. Like I said, if you're gonna study because you want to master that journey, something about that journey inspires you, then you have to take action. You have to implement it at some point. But the thing is that people try to, you try to feel like it's like this egoistic side of you who wants to feel like you know more than you can actually do. And then you want to go out there and you want to show off and you want to pretend that you know all this stuff and that you're a genius, that you're a master at this stuff, and that you're the fucking shit and that you're the best in this industry. But the reality is that you're not because you haven't even implemented most of the stuff that you're talking about. You only know it because you read it, you studied it. And sure, you can really associate this with, like the classic book smart versus street smart. And the thing is that none of those are actually better than the other. You need to have a combination of both. You can't just be a street smart either. You can't just be taking action and not learning anything either. You cannot just go out there and start performing and then not study what you just performed, because you're going to have the same result too. Because you're going to be doing stuff, and if you don't take the time to analyze that, if you don't take the time to study some expert who has done it, then you won't know what you have to do next. You won't know what you have to improve upon. You won't know where your faults are. So you need to also study. I'm not saying that you should only be taking action, but you must be doing both. And like I said, you must be doing both in balance. And if you want to do it out of balance, do more action than you do studying. But make sure you don't forget to study and learn stuff. So yeah, definitely. Like the reason why another reason why I'm making this video is because I have people around me who are like this. You guys are out there studying, immersing yourself in your industries. You're studying the hell out of it, inside out. You have conversations with your friends about this stuff. But the thing is that really think about it. Like, what have you accomplished with that knowledge? Something to note here is that knowledge is not power. The implementation of knowledge is power. So until that knowledge is implemented, none of it matters. None of it. I could study the hell out of video editing, but if I never edit a freaking video and make it look as cool as possible, it doesn't fucking matter how much fucking video editing skills, how much studying I did on video editing, if I can't even freaking edit my videos. It doesn't fucking matter. So you have to really think about that. What can you show for what you've learned? And that's the thing. You always want to have something to show for. Anytime you study, it's an investment. It's not entertainment. It's an investment. When you're trying to accomplish a vision, when you're in the journey, when you're on the path to success, you always want to treat it as an investment. This is not entertainment. You want entertainment, go watch Netflix. Go watch the TV. Go watch movies. That's entertainment. All right? Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself that you're advancing in life just because you're studying, you're spending hours just devouring content. Because in the end, you're not really doing anything if you're not implementing, of course. Now, if you're implementing, then yes. But like I said, that's an investment. That's not entertainment. So when you're studying, here's the thing: like when you're gonna study, when you're gonna learn something, make sure that that's all you do. I think I said this in that video as well. But I want to clarify it more here. Make sure that when you're gonna study, because you want to improve on something, or you're in a journey, make sure that you study, focused. Make sure you focus. Make sure you're isolated from everyone. Make sure nobody's bothering you. Make sure you're not doing anything else when you're studying. Make sure that you're focused. If you need to take notes, take notes. Whatever you need to do to retain that information, do it. If you need to, and the thing is that if you're taking action and you're studying, you should have some experiences that should help you understand what you're learning. But the thing is that most people, they don't do this. They don't do this at all. You don't actually have any experiences to break down. So what ends up happening is that you're studying, but you're not really internalizing the information because there is no experience in your mind to associate that information with. There is no experience in there. So what you're doing is that you're really just collecting a bunch of knowledge that is pretty much meaningless. It's useless. It's just there. You can talk about it with your friends all you want and gossip and have some, I guess, cool conversations. But the reality is that you don't know anything about that. You really don't know how to do any of it. You have nothing to show for. So make sure that you're more concerned about what you have to show for than what you actually know. Like, don't be going out there and sharing information and knowledge about the stuff that you studied. Oh, I spent 5-6 hours studying this one thing, it was cool. Okay, but what you got to show for it? Like I said, implementation of knowledge is power, not just knowledge itself. Knowledge itself is like whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. I could go and study how to get fit and get a six-pack, but if I don't have one, what the fuck is the point? If I'm not willing to do the work, if I'm not willing to go to the gym and pick up those weights, if I'm not willing to go on the treadmill, if I'm not willing to use any of the equipment at the gym for that matter, then what the hell was the point of me going in there and studying and buying the course on how to get fit in 30 days and how to get ripped in 60 days and stuff like that? What the hell is the point of me going and buying the course and studying it, in and out, if I'm not even willing to go to the gym and pick up the weights? It just doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, don't be studying just for entertainment. It's an investment. So make sure that when you're studying, make sure that you have a plan to follow that up with some action. Or take the action first and then have a plan to educate yourself on whatever action you just took. Because you need to understand the action that you're taking as well. It's not just enough for you to go and take action. Because at that point you're gonna be left in the dust. Because you're gonna have to figure everything out on your own, and that's gonna take you quite a few years. And honestly, that's not a very smart move if you really care about your journey and really accomplishing your goals, because there's already people who have possibly done this already, and you can just go and study them, study their life, study what they did, and study other people too, not just one person. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, really. Make sure that you're always doing more than what you learn. So get out there and take action after watching this video. Go watch the other video, of course, but make sure you take action. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification icon. I will see you guys in the next video.